Yes, hi there. These comments are for Adriana. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you're working on my TOEFL pronunciation lessons, and particularly you're focusing on word stress. And today I'm going to give you some feedback on one of the lessons that you're working on right now. Remember that you're one of my online students, and you've also paid for the additional service to have me give you feedback and error correction on all of my Speak Clearly lessons. Alright, let's take a look at your word stress exercise. So this is lesson number 32. Alright, let's see how we're doing.
A pamphlet entitled Dissertation on the Canon and the Feudal Law and Town Instructions denounces the Stamp Act in 1765 marked John Adams as a vigorous patriotic penman.
Pretty good. That was good. You had good stress on those nouns and adjectives in there. Dissertation, your stress was, I think, appropriate there, so no major problems.
Earlier studies of firefighter mortality that did not identify brain cancer as a cause of death were done before the widespread introduction of plastics in 1950s.
So they're in 1950s. Actually, it says in the 1950s.
California State University San Bernardino, or CSUSB, is a university at which one can become a CPA and can complete an MBA degree.
Now, when you're doing these abbreviations, it's not CPA, but it's CPA, or CSUSB, or MBA degree. So with those abbreviations, Adriana, you want to put equal stress on all of them. Now, if you have more than 3 abbreviations, for example, the CSUSB, it's probably a good idea to pause after the U. Say CSUSB.
Mercury is the second densest major body in the solar system, indicating that Mercury's dense iron core is relatively larger than Earth's, probably comprising the majority of the planet.
Good. So you did some self-correction. That's right. Comprising.
Upright wrestling was conducted in a jumping pit-style arena, a type of round or oval building with an open space with rising seats in the middle.
And good pronunciation on the word pit, exactly. So that's the one struggle. You've been struggling with the I and the E, but you definitely pronounced it correctly in that situation. All right, let's listen to part of that again one more time. I want to check that P to make sure you're pronouncing it with enough air.
In a jumping pit-style arena, a type of round or
Probably
oval...
a little bit more air there. Listen to it one more time.
Comprising the majority of the planet. Upright wrestling was conducted in a jumping pit-style arena.
So a little bit more air on the pit. A jumping pit-style arena.
A type of round or oval building with an open space with rising seats in the middle.
So again, the word type. A little bit more air with that sound. Type. Pit, type. Okay, I think you're okay there. Anyway, thank you for doing the assignment. Keep up the good work.